wild jungles of the magical world are filled with many a foe just waiting to tear you limb from limb. Creatures of all shapes and sizes that can manifest into even bigger shapes and sizes that frankly become almost incomprehensible. You know what? I'm keeping that in there. Incomprehensible to the human eye. And today, we'll take a look at one of those creatures in the magic world. A creature that may quite possibly be the first and last of its kin. So sit back and buckle up on this wonderful safari of a goddamn nightmare as we turn our attention to Curse. And with Curse, we introduce our new tool, the Chalkboard of Despair. It's just a regular chalkboard. Now, while this specimen is a troublesome one, we here at Better Devils happen to have the dummy host available to help us understand it better. Our pal Risu here is a cross-eyed thug who's just as much an animal as the thing possessing him. This won't be a full deep dive into his entire being just yet, but he will be used for today's examination. For the word of the day is synergy. Synergy for a group can mean coming together to make something work. In Risu and Curse's case, it means yourself so I can take over your body. Risu was born with the inability to produce smoke, and because of this, he was labeled as useless amongst his peers and family. Throw in being possessed by a rare curse magic and you've got yourself a recipe for an outcast. One of the most interesting things, though, that we've discovered about the symbiosis between these two is the fact that in order for the curse's ability to activate, Risu has to die. Luckily, we have precedence for this death and thus don't have to murder him. Well, someone died. Now with our trusty chalkboard of despair, we will begin to break down the complete transformation of the entity known as Curse. Hit the lights! Before the curse was attached to its only known host in Risu, it traveled in the form of a ghost figure covered in smoke and fleas, a form that our researchers are convinced link it to being the very personification of pestilence and death. Ain't that just the cutest? From our observations, the magical curse fauna combines with the physical form of its host. In this instance, the curse appears as a long skeletal mask with 4 eyes, a flowing black torn cloak, and sharp chains floating menacingly around him. Truly one of Earth's, nature's, the whole's, no, the world's greatest wonders. Yeah, he's the coolest. Now the curse further transforms its host by granting him a second pair of clawed hands with 4 fingers on each. Risu's face is then twisted into having a second pair of eyes and a second mouth teeming with sharp fangs. Clearly, a face only a mother could love, or a sex fiend. Its nature, the curse is quite hostile, so be sure not to approach it with any malicious intent, magic users. Any raw or hostile emotions might end with you in the ground, because you'll be dead. Like deader than dead. It'll be great. Moving on to abilities, the curse comes readily equipped with all sorts of odd maneuvers that'll leave you begging for it all to end. One such ability includes being able to reflect an opponent's attack right back at them, casting curses, and stakes. Well, not those kind of stakes. Close enough. While short, I hope this video gave you bright-eyed magic users some keen info on a major entity in the magical world. A dark being with immense power and an attitude to boot. So as we bring this video to a close, remember this, magic users. While taking on the wild may be fun and well meant, Never approach curse with ill intent. Bye.
De pássaro que não sabe puxar. Vira de pássaro que não sabe puxar. Vira de pássaro que não sabe puxar.